Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live session with Moja 2. My name is Maria, and today I'm joined by one of our incredible sponsors. I'll let her introduce herself and maybe share with us how she became involved with Moja 2.
Good morning. My name is Debbie Farnham, and I initially became acquainted with Moja 2 through Kathy and Christine Kemp. Been friends with their family for, oh gosh, I guess about 20 years. First
Wow.
with Kathy's parents, and then we began to do things with the family and was introduced to Christine and Kathy and Michael. At the time, they were dating, and then to Carlos and Christine. And through them, I found out about Moja 2 and was aware of what this incredible organization does for students in Kenya, and was happy after a period of time to be able to sponsor two students there.
Wow. And how many students, maybe you can share with us the students that you sponsor?
I sponsored two young, beautiful women. They were girls when we started, but now they're beautiful young women who are in the university. And I am honored and privileged to be able to help them continue their education journey at the university.
Yeah. Maybe you can share with us like a little background of what made you to choose Sarah and Faith.
Well, we went to a gala put on by Moshe too. We used to do this yearly until COVID started,
Mhm.
but my husband and I had talked about sponsoring one person, one student. Didn't care if it was male or female. So we went to this gala, and they had a big display of all the student pictures of students that needed sponsors. Looked and looked and looked and looked at the pictures, and the name Faith, I saw that and I was like, well, this is a step out on faith. Let's do that. Okay, we're done. Came back to the table. My husband and I discussed it, and I said, I don't think I want to do just one. Let's do a couple. And so I went back, and there was this incredibly cute little smiley face in the picture, a little bit sassy, you could tell, but oh, so adorable. And I'm like, her. So that's how we picked Sarah. So Faith by her name, Sarah by her sassy little smile. And that is exactly how they are in real life, too.
Wow, that's amazing. And how would you say that your journey as a sponsor, how has it like impacted you personally?
Well, I'm a former teacher. I taught junior high, which was seventh and eighth grade in the United States for several years. Well, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. And I saw firsthand how education impacted each one of my students' lives. Those that chose to be serious about it, those that chose to just sort of not be serious. Um, when I saw the girls in Kenya and talked to Kathy and to Christine, I realized the need was immense, that
Yeah.
these girls and boys didn't have a lot of the opportunities that we have here in the United States. And I was like, what a shame to let brilliant, brilliant minds go to waste. People that can change the course of their country, change the course of their lives, change the course of their families' lives. Why can we not take some of the things that we have been blessed with and give that to someone who I know could use it and make a difference for all of those things? And that's why my husband and I decided to do it.
Wow. And speaking of that, you joined us on this April trip to Kenya, which was your first time.
Yeah.
How would you say that experience was?
It was I'm going to try not to get emotional. It
Mhm.
was life changing for me to be able to see, first of all, to see my girls, my young
Yeah.
women, to actually touch them, kiss them, hug them, be in their presence, get to know them in person rather than just through letters and through Zoom calls. And then, secondly, to be able to visit their homes. We were able
Yeah.
to visit both the homes of both the girls and to see their parents. The joy exuded by the families was immense because I remember, I believe both mothers and both grandmothers that were there both kept saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you. You've changed our lives. You've changed the girl's life. You've changed our life." And just to be in this beautiful, incredible country and to see the great need, but I guess more than anything, to see the great joy of the
Yeah.
people of Kenya. There is just so much joy in everyone that I met. The smiles, the hugs, the love, the incredible joy that each person showed to me and to each other, I think was amazing to me. Honestly, I don't see that kind of joy here because I think we've become a bit jaded in many respects about
Yeah.
things in the United States. And in Kenya, it's just pure joy everywhere we went, and just an incredibly beautiful, welcoming country. And I intend to go back. It was
Yeah.
my first, but not my last trip.
Yeah, exactly. We can't wait to see you. It was so amazing, like going to the homes with you, with all the sponsors, seeing the family. I would say, even for me, that was the favorite part because we got to see the impact of Moja too. That supporting the student, you're not only just impacting that student, but the whole family. And
Absolutely.
that student can be able to change the whole family. So it was such an amazing experience. And maybe I don't know if the meeting the family was one of your most memorable moments, or was it like interacting with all the students? What was one of maybe your second favorite memorable moment?
I think being able to go to Dream, where
Mm-hmm.
so many of the students are housed, and see the primary students, the students that we
Yeah,
don't personally sponsor, but we do help the school, and to see when we gave out the uniforms to these young students in primary school, yeah, the again the joy on their faces was just incredible. I mean, just to have their shoes, their uniforms, their books, the things that they need to go to school. It is life altering. I'm not sure everybody realizes how impactful having an education, having the opportunity to get an education. Just again, the joy. I love being able to see the kids because every time we came, the little kids were always around us.
yeah,
They wanted to touch us and talk to us and look at our jewelry and look at all of our things and just to talk to us, just to visit with us. They were adorable. I think I enjoyed that probably the second most was being able, again, being a teacher, to be able to
mm,
see the kids.
yeah. For me, my second favorite moment would be us dancing during the university dance party. That was so amazing, like us dancing together.
You're a good dancer. I'm not a good dancer, but I love to dance, and
Ah, you
I
too,
love
you
dancing
can
with all
dance well.
I loved dancing with all of y'all. That was fun. I wish we could have danced a bit longer, but anyway, it was fun. It was really fun. And to be able to dance with my two girls, my two beautiful
Yeah,
Indian daughters, and then to dance with all the others was just, that was fun. It was really
yeah.
fun.
Ah, it was so amazing. And speaking of Faith and Sarah, how do you feel like seeing them now in university? Like you started with them in high school when they were joining Form 1, and now they're in university pursuing their goals. How does that make you feel?
Well, it's like I feel like a proud mama or grandmother. I know when
Mhm.
I saw both their mothers and spoke to them, you could see again the absolute joy that they both felt in having both their daughters able to not only finish high school, but then go on to university. And I
Yeah,
know again, it will make a difference. It'll make a
yeah,
difference for the girls and it will make a difference for their families. It was just amazing to be able to go and see where they come from, to see where they grew up, to see
yeah.
everything about them, just and to be welcomed. I think the welcome was just amazing from both families. They pulled out all the chairs and everybody sat down and everybody hugged and loved, and just great joy. Just again, great joy.
Yeah, and it was so amazing to see like the connection you have built with Faith and Sarah. Like that was really amazing. Like you guys are so close, and I think that is one of the things that I love about Moja too. Like they are able to connect the students. They are able to create to make the sponsor and the student create like a connection. It's just not only about education. And maybe what would you tell someone who maybe who wants to become a sponsor, but they are afraid, maybe they don't know how the journey will be? What advice would you share with them?
Well, I think I know that some people who become sponsors don't have a lot of interaction with their students. Some do, some don't. But I
Mhm.
was able to really build a connection with my two girls. And I think that has changed my life. And I think the other thing is I had the financial ability
Yeah.
to change two people's lives, which there's a ripple effect from that, as we talked about earlier. And to me, that's what we're put on this earth for. We are not put on this earth to be only takers, but we are to be givers as well. Recently, I told someone, I said, giving back is the rent we pay for being on this earth. We are
Wow.
on this earth to
Mhm.
occupy space, but if we don't give back, we have done nothing to improve where we are, or the lives of the people around us. And when you have the ability, like I have the ability now that my husband has passed away, I still have the ability to change lives in some small way from here in the United States to two beautiful girls in Kenya. I can
Mm.
make a difference with that. And there's nothing that makes me happier than to see them successful, happy, learning, providing for their families, making a difference in their communities. And that's what I want to do. And as a sponsor, if you can't see that and feel that, then there must be something wrong with you, because it is life altering to see the
Mm.
lives that you can change. And I'm
Yeah.
proud to be a sponsor.
Yeah. And if you look even at our lives, like us, the Kenyan staff here in Kenya, we are all alumni, and we have really benefited from this program. We can be able to support ourselves and support our family. So when you say that, I know because I'm one of the people who have been impacted by Moja too. And also creating the connection with like our sponsors, it has really been amazing. Maybe as we end, maybe you can tell us two things that you love about Moja too, like the whole organization, some of the two things that you love about Moja too.
Well, actually, there's maybe more than two, but
Yeah, we can allow that.
I think the one thing I love about it is it's an organization that is not heavy on any administrative costs. I feel like the money that we give as sponsors really goes to the students. It doesn't go to pay for a bunch of brand marketing and a bunch of administrative things and salaries and things like that. Yes, there's some of that, but it's minuscule compared to other organizations that are much larger and much more administrative heavy. Moja 2 is small. Kathy Kemp designed it that way, and she reiterated that when we were in Kenya, that she wants to keep it small so that it's still very cost effective for the students, that they get the most they can possibly get from the money that is provided by the sponsors. And I think that to me is the thing that I think is the most important, is that the students get the money that we spend and they use it to their advantage. And the second thing is just being able to connect. I think being small like this and having I think it's our what quarterly calls, or however
Yeah.
often we call, the being able to see our students and to see them grow. I've watched the girls grow from very shy, very unsure, um, girls, and now they're women. They're beautiful young women, and I've seen that growth. And I'm not sure in other nonprofits similar to this that you're able to see that growth in your students because you don't have the connection. Um, I'm very connected to the girls. I worried a little bit before I went. I'm like, okay, I've seen them online. I've seen them, but how is it going to be in real life? And literally, the second I got off the plane and they grabbed me with flowers, blankets, and all this stuff, and all we did was cry and hug and kiss and just touch each other and say, "Are you real? This is so beautiful." And it was just like, it's like we'd always been there together. And I teased them and we joked and we went shopping, and it was just an amazing experience to be able to have that hands-on connection with them. I'm not sure that you get that from some of these others nonprofits that are much larger, but I praise Kathy for keeping that concept true to this organization.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more.
Well, and the thing is I love seeing all of you,
Yeah,
you and Edwin and Esther and Caleb, all of you who are products of the Moja 2 organization, to now be able to be a part of that on the ground there, and how much we as sponsors appreciate what you do there of connecting with our students, making sure that they get everything they need, that they're safe, they're getting medical attention, they're getting anything that they need. And I appreciate what your boots on the ground in Kenya, that I think makes a huge difference in the success of the students who are involved with Moja 2.
thank you. It's also a pleasure for us because we have been students and we want our students to get the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Debbie, for joining us. This was such an amazing session, and I hope that you got to learn one or two things about our organization and about Debbie. And we can't wait to see you on another session. Thank you, everyone.
I hope to be back again next year.
Yes.
God willing, and health wise and everything, but I can't wait to see my beautiful 2 girls again. So thank you for having me.
Thank you too. Bye, everyone.